Hello everybody. So a quick video regarding Nvidia's Q3 and their earnings. Outstanding earnings. I'm making this video literally within 10 minutes of them being released. So they've published, I love how they publish their quarterly growth, and you can see the growth in action, right? 3 quarters ago, they had 7 billion in revenue, and now it's 18 billion. They've actually guided for more than 20 billion in Q4. Well, at least the analysts expect that. The point is, if we look at the earnings, they are outstanding because from Q2 to Q3, we went from 13.5 to 18 billion, which is a quarter-over-quarter growth of 34%. Noting that we had not quite 100, but almost 100% growth between Q1 and Q2. So outstanding growth, but still meeting some of the law of large numbers, of course, for Nvidia. That still annualizes at 82% instant yearly growth. If you take 32%, you annualize it, you're at 82%. That's how fast they grew this past quarter, which is absolutely outstanding. It's also noteworthy to say that their gross margin came at 75%. 75% gross margin. The gross margin keeps going up. They make so much money on those GPUs that are needed for the AI revolution. And when I run this through my spreadsheet again, I see Nvidia at today's valuation, 1.24 trillion. Revenue trailing 12 months is 44.870, so almost 45 billion. Revenue growth instant, I'm going to say it's 82%, and gross margin 75%. I get an enterprise value over gross profit, over revenue growth of 0.45, which is about 10 points below my average stock on my spreadsheet. If I just look at the way I value stock, this is a stock that I view as currently cheaper than Tesla. I know it's crazy to say, but that's what I get if I assume 82% growth instant or 82% growth going forward. And it's entirely possible that they do that because AI is moving so fast, it's catching the world by storm. Companies are adopting it at an unprecedented pace. You know, these natural language processing apps, these natural language learning models like OpenAI's ChatGPT, the quickest number of users from 0 to 100 million, right? You may remember that from a few months back. Outstanding success from these apps. And so the demand is going through the roof. And the question is, how long is that demand going to keep going through the roof, knowing that these GPUs get outdated pretty quickly and need to be replaced pretty quickly? Now, what about the stock? Because you know, this is one of these rare stocks that I sold for a profit, for a nice profit when I sold it, and I was thinking it was overvalued, and so I sold it. And this is one of the stocks that I've regretted selling ever since, and I'm not the only one who probably sold it and regretted it selling ever since, which is why I'm not making that mistake with a lot of other stocks right now. Right? I stopped selling Palantir. I'm not making that mistake with Palantir. I'm not selling Tesla, not making that mistake with Tesla, right? Not selling Enphase. So you know, but I regret selling this stock, perhaps because I'm not as much of an insider in the hardware GPU type field. Nonetheless, the stock is a little down after hours, and you know, it's all about government control messing up with our investments, right? It's the same story as my SoFi video that I did yesterday. You know, talking about how the government is not allowing them to have crypto. Well, this is another example of the government not allowing Nvidia to this time sell to China, not allowing them to sell to China, and so they said they expect to have a significant decline in their China sales as opposed to the export curb controls from the Biden administration. So yeah, if you're a shareholder in Nvidia, you probably think this is not too good of a thing. Turns out most people thought it was the issue with Taiwan Semi and whether they could continue manufacture in Taiwan with Taiwan Semi. People thought that would be the main danger of investing in this stock. Turns out no, it's the curb controls, export curb control, which they expanded. Right, there were tinier controls and they've been expanded. And so there was no meaningful impact this quarter. There might be an impact in the next quarter. You know, if to quote Elon Musk, if only China and the US could be friends and simply be friends, which is which is what Musk said when he met Xi Jinping, a few days ago. Like this is an example where these tensions are hurting stocks, and this is just unfortunate. But I think over the long run, this is not going to be that much of a problem. The demand in the West is more than strong enough for a company like Nvidia for that growth to be sustained. I am hoping that we see a drop in the stock price so I can get back in that company. But of course, minus 1% would not do it, right? I would need a minus 20% to be interested in jumping back in. So this was not investment advice. This was just entertainment. I'm literally recording this video as the earnings are being released. We don't even have the investor presentation yet. I recommend listening to the call. That's what I'm going to do. No investment advice. Please like, please subscribe, and have a wonderful day.